There are names in sports that don't just dominate headlines, they define eras. Jordan, Brady, Schumacher. And then there's Tiger Woods, a man who didn't just play golf, he rewrote the rules. With 15 major championships, 82 PGA Tour wins, and an aura that transformed the sport from country club whispers to primetime spectacle, Tiger didn't walk into golf, he crashed through the gates. He brought athleticism, fire, intimidation, and he made millions of kids believe that golf could be a gladiator sport. And now, one of those kids is his own son. Enter Charlie Woods. You've seen the clips, the swing, the stare, the swagger. But this isn't just about genetics. This is about a teenager trying to escape the shadow of a god. Every time Charlie steps onto a tee box, he's not just facing other juniors. He's fighting the ghost of 2000s, Tiger, the most dominant golfer the world has ever seen. And yet, he's not running from it. He's leaning into it. Earlier this year, after one of his biggest amateur victories, Charlie looked his father in the eye and said, "I know we argue." It was part of a now viral Father's Day message reported by The Sun, and it wasn't just emotional, it was revealing. This wasn't a scripted PR moment. This was a teenager in the furnace of greatness, admitting the pressure, the tension, the stakes of having a living legend as your coach and your dad. And that one sentence might be the rawest thing we've heard in golf all year. So here's the million-dollar question, maybe the billion-dollar question. Is it even fair to compare Charlie to Tiger? Or are we watching something more complex, more layered, maybe even more impressive? Is Charlie not just chasing Tiger's legacy, but quietly starting to build his own? Because what happens next might shock everyone who thought they already knew how this story ends. Every prodigy has a moment. That one weekend where everything changes, where whispers turn into roars and potential becomes proof. For Charlie Woods, that moment came at the 2025 Team TaylorMade Invitational. Heading into the event, he wasn't even in the top 600 of the AJGA rankings. Just another talented son of a legend, right? But after 3 rounds of 70, 65, and 66, Charlie walked off the 18th green 15 under par, 3 strokes clear of the field, and with the golfing world staring straight at him. And just like that, the golf world wasn't talking about Tiger. They were talking about Charlie. Let's not sugarcoat it. This wasn't some country club cakewalk. The Team TaylorMade Invitational is elite. The best juniors in America. Players with full ride offers, sponsors watching, pressure mounting. And Charlie? He didn't just win, he dominated. Clutch birdies, laser approach shots, ice-cold putts. According to Golf Monthly, this was a statement victory, one that lifted Charlie from AJGA rank 604 to inside the top 15. That's not progress, that's a breakthrough. The kind of breakthrough that separates contenders from chosen ones. And then there was Tiger. Not as the superstar this time, but as dad. Walking the course, quietly following each hole. You could see the nerves, the pride, the restraint. He wasn't coaching, he was witnessing. And for a man who once dismantled entire leaderboards by sheer will, Tiger knew exactly what was unfolding, a new force taking shape. It wasn't nostalgia. It was foreshadowing. Here's the wild part. Tiger was 15 when he broke into the spotlight, winning the Junior World Championships and setting the amateur world on fire. Charlie just did something eerily similar at the exact same age. The swings are different. The era's different. But the result? History rhyming in real time. And if this is only chapter 1 of Charlie's story, we might be watching a storm we're nowhere near ready for. Every great athlete has that moment, the one where things don't go their way, where headlines go silent and the spotlight flickers. For Charlie Woods, that moment came just weeks after his AJGA triumph. According to the Times of India, he failed to qualify for the US Open for the 2nd year in a row. After the high of victory came a hard, humbling crash back to earth. And in that silence, we saw something more powerful than a win: character. Now let's be clear, failing to qualify isn't rare at that level. Even seasoned professionals get bounced from qualifiers. But for Charlie, the expectations were higher, the cameras were rolling, the comparisons to Tiger were louder than ever, and yet there were no excuses. No public outbursts, no emotional spirals, just a quiet return to training, a quiet return to hunger. Because what defines a champion isn't how they act when they win, it's how they react when they don't. And if anyone knows setbacks, it's Tiger Woods. Torn ACLs, shattered legs, a media circus that would have crushed any normal human being. And yet, he came back. Again and again. That same grit, that bulletproof mental armor seems to be woven into Charlie's DNA. He didn't walk away from the game. He leaned back into the grind. It's like watching the origin story of someone who's not afraid of being punched in the mouth by reality. Here's where most juniors fade. This is the cliff edge, where pressure eats potential. But Charlie didn't just stand on that edge, he looked over it, then stepped back and picked up his clubs. You want to know how legends are made? It's not by winning every weekend, it's by knowing exactly how it feels to lose and choosing not to stay there. And that choice right there might be the clearest sign yet that this kid is different. When Tiger Woods rose to power in the 1990s, he did it with raw talent, brutal self-discipline, and the lonely grind of a pioneer. There was no blueprint, no roadmap, just a kid with a dream, a busted-up range in Cypress, California, and a father who believed the world would bow if Tiger just worked hard enough. But Charlie Woods? He's growing up in a different universe. One Tiger built himself. And the craziest part? He's using that world not as a shortcut, but as a launch pad. Charlie trains with top-tier sports psychologists, uses cutting-edge analytics, and benefits from equipment custom-fit using data Tiger could only dream of at 15. He has access to elite performance labs, next-gen swing trackers, nutritionists, and the very best youth development systems in the game. But here's the secret weapon. He also has Tiger. And not just Tiger, the legend, Tiger the dad, the coach, the mentor, who's seen every mistake and every miracle this sport can offer. According to the New York Post, Tiger has made it a point to let Charlie be himself. That's huge. Tiger isn't cloning himself, he's coaching a version of himself with the freedom to be more. That kind of emotional space is rare in elite sports, and nearly unheard of from a parent who just so happens to be the most iconic golfer of all time. And that decision? It might be the smartest play Tiger's ever made. Remember this, Tiger didn't have a Tiger Woods growing up. He was the first of his kind, grinding through barriers, chasing ghosts, and inventing greatness from scratch. Charlie? He's growing through balance, strategy, and the ultimate cheat code wisdom passed down in real time. So the question isn't just, can Charlie be as good as Tiger? It's this, what happens when you combine Tiger's DNA with Tiger's experience? It's the question no one really wants to answer because the stakes are too high. Can Charlie Woods actually be better than Tiger Woods? It sounds blasphemous, doesn't it? But when you look at the path Charlie is carving, the whispers are becoming harder to ignore. Let's be clear, Tiger turned pro at 20, won the Masters by 12 shots at 21, and by 25 he already had 8 majors. Charlie? He's still a junior, still in high school, still playing AJGA events. But here's what's terrifying. At this stage of their careers, Charlie is doing things even Tiger didn't. According to Aftonbladet and AS.com, Charlie's domination at the 2025 Team TaylorMade Invitational wasn't just impressive, it was historic. His control of the course, his composure under pressure, and the margin of victory against top-ranked amateurs raised eyebrows across the golf world. These weren't just flashes of brilliance, they were warning shots. And if this is Charlie's baseline, imagine what happens when he hits his peak. Of course, the road is long. Longer than anyone wants to admit. Tiger's legacy wasn't just built on brilliance, it was sustained dominance. 15 majors, 82 PGA wins, icon status. Golf wasn't just his sport, he made it his empire. But here's the shift. Being better than Tiger doesn't have to mean more trophies. It could mean longevity, consistency, influence, or even changing the game in a different way. Because every dynasty looks different, and not every king wears the same crown. So no, Charlie might not break every record his father set. He might never win a Masters by 12 or complete a Tiger Slam. But if he keeps rising, if he keeps growing, and if he stays Charlie not a copy of Tiger, then something wild might just happen. He won't be chasing Tiger's shadow. He'll be walking beside it. Do you think Charlie Woods could one day surpass Tiger? Or is the legend just too large to catch? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget, the future of golf might already be here.